Hello, everybody. Let's hope that everybody can hear us this time.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we'll probably stay on for about an hour. Methinks.
Yeah, because groceries must be achieved.
Yeah, plus, I also need to get the stuff for tomorrow's little cookout. That should be a
Cookout is good.
blast.
Cookout is good.
Cookout is very good.
Your other half have the day off or something?
No, no, of course
Oh,
not.
that's a shame.
Yeah, I know. You're telling me. Let's make sure that I can hear. Okay, good. Yep. So, um, do we have anybody in chat? I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know.
Let's see.
I'm not
Let's
looking at the
see.
GTV.
Where is our channel? Do 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 do. Okay, I don't think so yet. No, we don't. So, but you know what? The show must go on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what was I gonna say?
I don't
You know
know.
what?
What were you doing?
I don't even remember at the moment. Like I know we had something planned to talk. Oh, you know what? That's what it was. So, we wanted to talk about Rutland, right? I think so. I
Indeed.
think yeah, and I did have a few people come to me after, the live stream. I think it was like the day after, or, a couple of days after, and they're
Yeah.
like, they were asking me about mainly me and you when you and I first went to do the
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 drive
what was
around
the yeah, and what was supposed to be the quick tour, and then it ended up turning into something
Screen Fest
completely
2025. Yeah.
yeah. So
2021.
and that is no joke. That really is no joke. So I was sitting there, and I'm telling the story to like individual peoples.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me. I'm like, well, why don't I just wait until Spirit Talk, and then we can kind of, the both of us can talk about it at the same time. And so that's where we're at right now. And what I find, oh my god, it absolutely killed me when that thing jumped out of the tree.
Because we don't have any idea what it was, but it didn't make any sound around us. So that kind of made us go,
Yeah,
well, all right.
exactly. And it's like the only thing that I remember hearing is a low growl.
Yep.
And that's when I, was like, no, no, we're not doing this. Like, all I could think is, me and you. I'm like, I had to start thinking about your safety, as well as my own. And that's when I was like, you know what, we're flooring it out of here. You're in the background going, drive, drive, drive. And so what some people don't haven't seen yet is in that video, in that live stream, the thing that's really stinks is we were unable to capture both the thing that fell out of the tree and the growl. And I looked, trust me, I scoured that video, and I kind of did find it looks like it kind of looks like how when it was coming out of the tree, it looked like there was a kind of like a spot that traveled down. And so I figured out, I'm like, well, that had to have been it. But it's not good enough for me to try to point out to people, because unless you're going frame by frame by frame, you're not going to see it. And
Right.
so,
But
and I,
let me tell you, people, it was there because we wouldn't freak out over nothing. Like,
yeah, yeah.
we like little
And it's
girls
like,
that way.
what caught me off guard particularly, and I've told people this, like the both of us specifically, like we are very much okay with the paranormal. We always have been okay with the paranormal. And
We're hard, yeah, we're hard people to, rock. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly, exactly. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like what really made us scream? Because when I think about it, with me and you being so okay with the paranormal,
Right.
what was it that caused us to do that? And it's like we've seen enough in our lives that, it's not, seeing something isn't new. But
It wasn't it wasn't the seeing something like if something had like appeared out in front of the car, like there's a difference between seeing something and then having it like, oh, excuse me, my language, jump out at you.
yeah, yeah. And I completely agree with that. And that was the point. Like that was the thing that really, like, I had to sit there and think what
As
caused us to react the way we did. And now that I think about it, it's exactly that. But I think the growl
that too,
itself,
yes.
that caught me off guard.
And
Because when
yeah, and here's the thing is that like we got there and it automatically felt like we shouldn't have been there.
oh yeah, yep,
Like
yep.
on any given occasion. Like it's very foreboding. Like, it's
It
just a few.
has a very, very, very strange and weird atmosphere.
Yep.
And what what got me that, the first night when you and I did the tour, what got me is how quick things were happening.
Hmm.
And that, is not, that really shows how active that place is. And
Right.
the thing is though, is we still have to call it inconclusive, because there wasn't really anything that we could show proof. But
Right.
my feeling and my, the way that I've been thinking is, yeah, we do have to call it inconclusive. But my personal belief is there is something there.
There
Because
are a there are
yeah,
a lot of somethings there, my dear.
oh yeah. And it's like that, those things were making it very clear and evident that they did not want us there. And
There were some
so,
things, yeah, there were some things that like gave us warning and didn't mind that we were there, but there were a lot more things that didn't want us there.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was like, especially the next day, that next night. I just,
The second
yeah.
night.
And so,
The
and
second,
put
the actual investigation night, we got out of the car and started putting stuff together. And from the
nothing
very
was working.
beginning, everything was going wrong.
Yep,
Everything.
yep. Nothing wanted to work. The live stream was having trouble connecting. I remember that there was an issue with, what was it, the microphone on the GoPro.
Yep.
It,
And
it
there was
was
that
just,
weird friggin' swarm of flies.
yeah, and that really caught me, particularly the flies. And the reason that I say that it caught my attention is they were the kind of flies. What were they? Horse flies. They're the ones that bite.
Yes.
And how
And
it was the horse flies, the flies, and not mosquitoes. It was just flies.
it was flies. It was not mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are tiny little things. They get you real quick. This was swarm in our face
Yep,
while we were
yep.
trying to put stuff together in the back of the car.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it was, and so not only did we have issues with the stream and keeping it going and our equipment working correctly, but we had all of these other things, all of these other, natural things. We heard what was it, the coyotes howling. We
Yeah.
had the issue with the flies. We were getting eaten alive by them. And then we had, quite a few other things that really made us stop and think. And that's when I remember looking at you in Avalon and thinking,
We're
okay,
done. Let's go. Let's get in the
yeah,
car. We're getting out of
yeah,
the
and it was because, I have to protect my team. And at that particular
Right.
point, I knew I didn't feel like if it was just me, I may have stayed outside the car. But because I had you guys with me, it's like I have to, at that point, I can't just think of myself. I have to think of the team. And so
Well,
that's when I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna do this investigation from the car because it's just not safe.
and while we appreciate that, like something that just caught my attention was while we know there were animals out there, um, you've been to the Rutland Prison Camp a number of times, you said, and
Yep.
you never had a problem with animals coming and getting close. Well, we had, it's really weird because until we were together, they didn't start coming close. Like they weren't
Yeah. No.
getting too close but this time they were like coming close, which is weird.
Yep. And this is the thing too, is when I started filming last summer at Rutland Prison Camp, I had it with, you know, me and Mike and me and one of my other friends,
Right,
and I do not. Now that I think about it, animals were not the issue even then, and we filmed right around this time too. So
right.
I agree with that. I agree with that. We did not have issues with animals until we were all together. And
Which
so,
it's
but
weird. It's always when we pull Yumi and Avalon together that something freaky happens.
yep, yep.
Something
It,
did
it,
not want us there. Like it was just ominous feeling.
yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. It's that place has a very what's the word I'm looking for? It has a very odd energy. A very odd
Hmm.
energy. That's what I was
For
looking
sure,
for.
for sure.
And that energy was being translated into it was like it felt like it was manifesting itself
Yes.
without us actually physically seeing it. But it really did. It felt like it was manifesting itself, or at least trying to manifest itself, and that's
I agree.
unsettling, because
It like I don't like waving my, pagan flag around, but there's just something about our energies together.
yeah, oh yeah, no, and that's why we all do this together because between me, you, and Avalon alone, we
Yeah.
have enough energy and enough know-how that things are attracted to us. Mike
Even
could tell you.
even individually, we're all different. We're all different in the way we practice and what our gifts are. However,
Yeah,
you slap three heavy hitters together and something's gonna be like, yo, what's up?
yeah, yeah. And that's exactly what happened that night. It's like it just was one of those nights where nothing wanted to function correctly. And I think we wound up at some point giving up on the live stream on the second night
We
because,
did. We did because it just wouldn't stay, the strength of the stream just wouldn't stay stable in any way.
yeah, yeah. And that's why we were like, okay, we're done. I think we stuck around for like, what, another 40, 45 minutes after we ended the live stream. And we
Yep.
did record. We did record while we were doing that. So when that episode of ADFP comes out, it's going to have not only the stuff that people saw, on the live stream, but it's also going to have the things that didn't happen on the live stream because I kept the footage. And luckily, the GoPro was also, while we were doing the live stream, was also recording that. So
Hmm.
I'm able to take the choppy live stream video and translate it like I have. It's the clean video. It's not the staticky live stream. So it's
Right.
nice. It's gonna be nice. And I've been working on that video for the last I think for the last like week and a half, and it. I just cannot believe how much work it is, and I know that, video editing, post production, and things like that, does take a lot of time. But what I think I'm finding is how much time it takes, and that it, also, just kind of going through each and every video and watching every little thing to try to figure out what parts should make it into the final production, and then also making sure that I'm looking for any anomalies, where were there things that we didn't hear that the camera or mic picked up, where there, you know things, shadows moving, or things that we didn't see ourselves that the camera
Right.
did pick up. And so it's hours. It is hours. Even though each time we went there, it's not like we stayed, over 3 hours, but it's still hours and hours. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. But yeah, so the situation, the biggest one that everybody was asking, because we started explaining it and then I think we went off on a little tangent. But the thing that everybody has asked me about so far is that thing where you and I screamed on the first night. And
Okay.
the only way that I can explain it is it was like a grayish.
It looked like, I want to say it looked primate like
Yes.
because it like had arms and legs, but it was very small.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and like, you could hear me say, what was that? What was that? And it's because my eyes physically were not comprehending what I was seeing.
And the thing is that if it had had mass to it, we would have seen it hit the ground. We would have heard anything else. We would have,
Yeah.
but, and after the fact, we sat there for a good while. Like, and we came
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and there was just no trace of it. So like there was, while it's
Nothing. Nothing.
inconclusive, we can certainly say there was nothing physically there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I sat, yeah, you're right. I did, we sat at the end where the gate was, and I put my car in reverse, and we had the backup camera,
Right.
and we weren't seeing anything. There was nothing. It's not like there was an animal chasing after us. Like, that camera is, it has IR in it, so it can see quite a distance. And it's like
Yep.
when we were sitting there looking back, there was nothing there. Nothing there. And I wish that we could have caught it. Like that paranormal investigator part of me is like, I really wish that we could go back and catch it again. But then the other side of me is going, don't go back to that place. You're psychotic if you do.
I mean, we could, but we would have to have a better game plan.
Yeah, yeah. And we're going
Like,
to have like equipment
like
set up
yes,
beforehand.
have yep, have the equipment set up in the back of the car beforehand so that you can just pull it out and turn it on
Yep,
so that we're
yep,
not stand and then so that we can just like take it into the car with us should anything like happen. You know what I mean?
yep.
We
Definitely.
could do it. We could feasibly do it. I mean, third time's a charm, you know.
Yeah.
but they
And
say,
and it's like, with me, especially if it's me, you, and Avalon, it
yeah.
will, because we're so in tuned, I
Hmm.
think that that would actually work if we went back and we had, a better plan in place. What I'm wondering, we should probably leave it up to our viewers. What do you think about that? See what they say. Do you guys want us to go back to Rutland, or should we call it done and not go back at all?
I don't know. I feel like there's still more there to, delve into. Like we can get into the structures and stuff like you wanted to do before, but it really
Yeah,
wasn't feasible before because that second night there where we all four of us were together, mainly because everything was just had gone pear-shaped.
yep, yep.
And
Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe one more time.
I mean, they say third time's a charm. We'll have everything set up beforehand, pull it out of the car, turn it on, walk around, do our thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, that sounds good. That definitely sounds good. So, maybe we'll do that over the next couple of days and figure out what's a good one, good time to go and whatnot. And the other thing that I get questions on,
Hmm.
everybody has been asking when we will be doing the second part of our client's house again.
Yeah.
And the answer as it stands right now is I don't know. We have so many things going on with ADFP plus Spirit Talk that matching up schedules is not really necessarily easy at the moment. And so, because we're going to be going on a trip
I
soon,
yeah.
so that's going to take some time away because we're going to be filming in Pennsylvania. So
I do feel like we should nip up that client's house though.
yeah, no, we need to get it done. We need to get it done because there was definitely something there, and I want more answers. Not only do the clients want more answers, but I want answers too.
Well,
Try
that's
to
the
see
thing
if we
is
can
that
replicate things.
yeah, but that's the thing is that even if we replicate things and get certain, a certainty that yeah, hey, your place is definitely has activity. It's not malicious.
Yeah, I don't think it
Like
is malicious. I don't.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, no,
it
I
didn't
don't think it's
seem like
malicious.
it didn't seem harmful. It didn't seem malicious. So they're just gonna have to kind of live and let live. There's
Yeah,
not anything to do about it.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
And
And
that's the thing
and
is that and that's the thing is that people are not always going to get the answer they want. Clients are not always going to get the answers they
yeah,
want
and I
because
think that this particular client is aware of that.
okay,
So, that's not really an issue with them. But, that you do bring up a good point. You definitely do bring up a good point
because if
that,
people are going to be like make it go away, it don't work like that, honey.
yeah, yeah, no, it don't. It don't. And it's, there are things that, are going to be out of our control. And when it comes to, situations where the client wants something done about it, that's sadly when we're going to have to turn to them and say, you're going to need to contact either your local church, we can help you. But as far as us doing it, it's a liability. As much as besides doing telling the spirit that it should, cross over, besides doing that, like, there's really not much we can do because it's too much of a liability.
Well,
And
that's the
so
thing.
that's,
Well, that's the thing is that unless it is malicious and harmful, there's no reason to be like, hey, do something about it.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Unless you're a
Uh,
total idiot stick. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
why are you gonna tell just, roaming spirits, get the hell out? You know what I mean?
yeah, and
Why
especially if they're not doing anything, what's the point in starting something? Because that to me, it just feels like that would be just starting a fight
it
at
just
that
feels like
point.
causing trouble to cause trouble, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and why do that? Why cause a problem where there wasn't one?
exactly, exactly. And so, but yeah, the client's house, we're going to be going there soon. We're going to get that video wrapped up. In the meantime, I am going to continue working on the Rutland video as well as part one of our client's house. So I haven't quite decided if I want us to release part one before we film part two, or if I should wait to do that until we,
I
do film part two.
feel like we could, give the viewers something at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's
So
a good idea. And they know we're working on getting in for part two, so.
yeah, yeah. And it's gonna be, it's definitely gonna be fun. It will be fun because we had a blast when we were there, at the client's house, and it made it really was. It was a fun time. Like I didn't feel anything bad, and we were just having a blast with that app that we had, plus the spirit box, plus the EMF detector, and we all
It
liked using the
was.
walkie talkies, and because we're kids.
Right. No, it was great. Like I said, there's definitely something there. Just
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
there
hunting.
is. Yeah, there is. And that one, um that's another one though that but we actually got some proof, I think,
I feel like we got
with the
proof that there is
clients.
definitely something there. I mean, the clients weren't complaining about anything harmful or malicious.
No.
Just that they thought, hey, can we get, some confirmation that there's something here? And
Yeah.
I feel very comfortable saying, yeah, confirmation, all right.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree.
And they
Yeah.
were like, not the basement. It's not the basement. Yeah, well, I didn't get nothing up near the bathroom. You know,
No,
just
surprisingly,
saying, just saying, it was a lot of activity in the basement.
one of our viewers just said that they want us to go back to the prison camp.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying we can try. We'll try. We'll put that back on our list. So, because maybe the third time is the charm, and this time it would probably just be the three of us, you, me, and Avalon, and we'll kind of, go from there and see how, see if we can actually get something this time around. And I'm hoping that we do, but I'm also not holding my breath because we've had such a hard time there,
We have,
so
but I think it would at least be, an entertaining factor for people to see us try. But that's the
yep.
thing is that all of that energy there may not allow for us to like live stream things.
Yeah,
But
I'm saying we'll try. Well, actually,
or
no.
even if we don't get to live stream things, at least there would be another recorded video for them to,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
see
I don't
around better.
think
Like we
I
could at
don't
least do that.
yeah, and I don't think we're gonna live stream it because trying to live stream it is just
Also,
especially with how far it is out there. I think trying to live stream it is just not gonna work. So I think that's definitely gonna be one of those things that's a pre-recorded thing
it's gonna have to be.
because we don't have any other way at the moment to connect to the internet and have it be stable. So that, that kind of really kind of puts a little monkey wrench into live streaming. So, but that's got me wondering how the Clinton Tunnel is going to work, because if we were to do Clinton Tunnel as a live stream, that actually might work because it's, in civilization. It's not in the middle of woods. So that may be a contender for live stream. Definitely. Um, that's Rissa, one of our viewers, said whatever is there would be familiar with you and trust you won't do harm. So with the Rutland Prison Camp, if that's what you're referring to, I'm not so much worried about it being familiar with us. I'm worried that it's a malicious, entity that I don't want it familiar with us, because, we need to be able to catch it off guard. Because I think that that's the only way that we're ever going to be able to film there. But as far as it trusting us, to not do harm to it, I personally feel that at Rutland, whatever is there is malicious.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
there's
not,
definitely stuff there that's I. Oh yeah, it's
yeah,
intelligent. It's and it definitely does not want us there.
yeah, no, it
And
does not.
while we're willing to carefully go back and try to video, we're not going to be able to
Yeah,
do live stream, of course. That's just it
yeah,
doesn't hook
no,
up,
no live stream. Yeah, no
But
live stream.
we we're going to have to be extremely careful because we don't want anything getting ticked off, like legitimately ticked off and following us back, because
Yeah,
there is that possibility of connection, and we do not want that.
yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I
Like
agree.
what
And
like I think it's in the video, even though we didn't get to continue the live streaming, is that you hear Nemo saying, "You're not allowed to follow us back." And
yeah,
it's repeated several times. It's a
yeah, and
way
that's
of
actually one of the
that.
the viewers just asked that question. Is there any chance that this thing could attach itself to us? And no. If you do things correctly and safely, no, it won't attach itself to you. But
Yeah,
that's basically being forceful with it and saying, not forceful, but stern, saying,
yeah,
I'm here to help you. I have no problem helping you, but you cannot follow me home.
we tell any entity or spirit, your your stretch of connection ends at a certain line.
Yep. Yep. And that's, that is a very important thing to do when you have any kind
Yes.
of paranormal investigation going on. And this is why, like me and Rissa, we say to people, when they're watching these ghost shows and they're, basically provoking them, saying, you need to do this, or, start doing this, and they really start provoking them. That is wrong. You do not
Yeah,
want to do that, because when you
that's wrong.
provoke, yeah, and
And they
that's when
don't
you could run into
and
issues.
and that's something that you never see on the shows, is that they never say, "Hey, you can't follow us home. This is the line you cannot cross." They just
Yep.
piss them off and leave.
Yep. And that's a bad thing, because especially if you're doing like a client's house, the worst
Yeah,
thing that
no.
you want to do is go in, piss this thing off, and now the activity is going to be that much worse, because the thing is going to
Yeah.
look and say, well, you know what, you brought these people in and they were nasty to me, so now I'm going to be nasty to you.
Yep.
But when it comes to provoking, you don't provoke. You do not provoke that. you're just asking for trouble at that point. But, when you're leaving any place, you should always say, sternly that you thank you for, being with us. But when we leave, the door, or when we leave the gate, or, the path or whatever, you are not allowed to follow us home. This is, if you want to cross over, you can cross over. If not, you need to stay here. You cannot come home with us. So, and I think that's important for people to know, and people to hear, is that, there's a right way and a wrong way when it comes to communicating with spirits. And, like investigations, doing investigations, there really isn't a right or wrong, or, what things you use, what, tools you don't use or use. But as far as provoking, that is one of the things that's wrong. That is something that you should never ever do, is provoke.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's wrong. Like, there's no particularly right way for investigation other
Yeah,
than like there's an etiquette. There's
there
not a
is.
wrong way, but there's an etiquette about it
Yeah,
because like, you know, they've been in the location longer than maybe someone who's bought a house or bought a piece of land or
yeah,
and people don't get it. They want what they want and that's it. Well, the spirit world ain't burger, you can't have it your way.
exactly. No, you can. And people got to sometimes understand that, and I've had friends say, well, my parents built my house, or I built my house for us.
Yeah, whose land was
How
it
is there act
beforehand?
exactly? But it's not just that. It's like they buy a plot of land and they go, I'm having activity in my house. We have this house built for us, and there was never anything on the property before us. How is there still activity? Well, just because there wasn't a house there before doesn't mean that someone didn't die there. Doesn't mean that, there isn't anything going on, because it's land. Things can be attached to land. A house is just a house. It's what happened within the walls, or what happened on the land, that makes a difference.
Right.
So just because there's no house there doesn't necessarily mean that it's not, there's not something there.
In fact, the act thereof building a house on a piece of land that is, frothy with spiritual activity will just make it more because they'll A, be interested in what you're doing,
Yeah,
B, be upset about what you're doing, or,
yeah, yeah, definitely. And especially if there isn't a house there, there is going to be an issue. Like, you're upsetting, the entity's area that, it has and has been living on. So it's, when you are disrupting, the earth, if something's there, you are going to piss it off. But that's when you have to really use common sense of, there's activity that happened after, we broke ground on a building. And that's when you start talking to it and say, listen, I'm sorry that we disrupted, your home. Is there, can we, live in harmony? And a lot of times they will, just acknowledging that, they're there. Unless
that's
it's
the thing is,
malicious.
and that's the thing is that it doesn't even have to be something an individual that's dead per se. It could also be a nature spirit
Yep. Yep. It could be
that
very easily.
it could be a displaced nature spirit because what are you doing when you fix up a plot for buying a house? Well, trees come down, stuff changes. And
Yep.
that's the unfortunate thing of, humanity and, progression. But, you know,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
no,
to
I know.
figure out how to deal with that and
Yeah,
try to, you know,
work it out.
operate, work it
Yep,
out, you know.
yeah. It's just like having, it's just like having a roommate you never wanted. you
That's
you just
really
got to make
really
it
cool.
work. you you got to make it work.
Reminds
But
me of a situation you had.
oh, we won't go there. But
I win.
so we're gonna be wrapping up in about 20 minutes. But so we should probably go over the giveaway stuff. So
Okay, giveaway.
yeah, so we are gonna be doing a giveaway for our viewers. And what's going to happen is the rules will be that you have to like or already have liked our Facebook page. You got to, what is it? You got to follow us on Twitch and subscribe to our, or was it just subscribe to our YouTube? Yeah, that's right. So you got to follow us. You got to like our Facebook page if you haven't already, and you got to subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment when this video, when this live stream goes up to YouTube on Monday. We want people to comment on it, and we will then be putting after X amount of time, we'll put the names into a program that will randomly generate stuff for us so that we can keep it fair. So we're us ourselves, we're not going to be picking it. It's going to be
Like us, baby. Like us, baby. Like us real good.
oh god, no. But,
Follow us, baby. Stalk us a little.
Jesus. So yeah, so it's gonna be something that's randomly generated, and when we do that, that's when we're gonna announce who won it. And so it's gonna be a EMF detector as well as a uh, voice recorder for you to be able to do EVPs. And so we
I
should.
just gotta say, I gotta say, what the hell happened to picking a name out of a hat? That's random, yo.
But that's boring.
Just saying. Just saying.
But it's boring.
It
At
makes it
least if you
easier.
do it in a program, it's like you get to watch it tumble around.
Why? You're
I
so
don't know.
mean.
I don't know. And so,
You're
but
so
actually,
complicated.
I think there's a thing on YouTube. Now that I
Honey,
think
there's
about it, I'm
lots
almost
honey,
positive.
there's lots honey, there's lots of things on the internet.
Well, not like that. You freaking goof. So,
I'm not sure I understand.
so what I'm thinking about is yeah, so we're gonna do
Hey,
it that way. So you gotta
did you hear that? Did you hear that?
what?
Did you hear that voice?
Yeah, that was my watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I told
you
you
got to so the rules are is oh crap, now I can't remember.
you have to like and subscribe to our page,
Yes,
to
so
our
you have
YouTube.
to so the rules are you have to like our Facebook page if you haven't already. You got to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you have to comment on the channel on the video for this live stream when it goes up on Monday. You got to comment on it, and we will have something randomly generated name, and whoever's name that is the winner. And so the other thing too is I don't believe I'm actually going to be able to ship overseas, which I know kind of stinks for any of our followers that does live overseas, and it's nothing personal. It's more along the lines of there's like some weird stuff to do with like batteries and combustible things.
That and, you know, financial confines.
Yeah, that too. That too.
It's not cheap to ship overseas.
No, not at all. So, um, so yeah, so that's how you win that. And what's the next thing? Oh, we have a
I think that
trailer for people.
we do.
Yeah.
What
Let's
trailer is that?
it's for Rutland.
Oh,
Yeah. So I am gonna go ahead and put that up on screen now so that you guys can see it, and then me and Rissa are gonna be getting off because we have to go have fun in grocery stores.
oh, because we're getting off over groceries, baby.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my.
Oh yeah. Alrighty
Oh
guys,
my.
so here's the trailer for you. Enjoy.
Trailer.
Holy shit!
What was that? What was that?
Hi everyone. We are here at Rutland Prison Camp doing an actual investigation.
Where are we?
I don't even know. I'm gonna
This
be
is
very
new.
honest with you. I do
This
not
is new,
know.
so
There is quite an atmosphere. We heard some, what was it, coyotes?
Do you want us to get out of the car?
Hello, sir. Oh no, that's not a skunk.
no,
That's a porcupine. Yep, I'm done.
we're done. No, no, no. Back towards civilization
That was our adventure for tonight.
tonight.
Yeah, we are gonna log off. Okay. Alrighty, so I hope everybody was able to enjoy that. And that is actually going to conclude tonight. And we will see you all next Saturday at 6:30. So don't forget to follow us here on Twitch. Don't forget to like our videos on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you get, updates and stuff like that. And
Like us on Facebook.
yep, like our Facebook, like our Twitter, and we will see you guys next Saturday at 5:30. So you all have a very good night. Goodbye.
Bye bye.